and welcome back to This Week in New Genre Books. My name is Amelia, and from Locus Magazine, we're going to tell you all about the new science fiction, fantasy, horror, and related books being published the week of March 18th, 2025. First up, science fiction, we have 6 new books to talk about this week. From Suzanne Collins, we have The Sunrise on the Reaping, out from Scholastic Press in hardcover, ebook, and audiobook. This is a young adult dystopian science fiction novel, the 5th in the Hunger Games series, a prequel to the original series. The special 50th annual Hunger Games has twice as many tributes as usual, and Haymitch Abernathy is chosen, kept away from the girl he loves. From Philip Fracassi, we have The Third Rule of Time Travel, out from Orbit US in paperback, ebook, and audiobook. This is a science fiction novel. A scientist finds a way to send human consciousness back in time to any moment of a traveler's life. As she tests this technology herself, reality starts to change. From Mary Robinette Kowal, we have The Martian Contingency, out from Tor in hardcover, paperback, ebook, and audiobook. This is an alternate history science fiction novel, the 4th in the Lady Astronaut series, about a second attempt to settle people on Mars. Elma is part of the resettlement, and Elma discovers disturbing events that happened during the first Mars expedition. From Darkly Lem, we have Transmutation, Transience, out from Blackstone Publishing in hardcover, ebook, and audiobook. This is a science fiction novel of multiverse adventure. Competing multiversal societies with factions within them have an unwanted confrontation involving insurrections and an assassination plot. Lem is a pen name for 5 authors: Josh Ure, Craig Lincoln, Ben Murphy, Cadwell Turnbull, and M. Darusha Wem. From Olivia Waite, we have Murder by Memory, out from Tor.com in hardcover, ebook, and audiobook. This is a futuristic SF mystery novella featuring a centuries-old detective on an interstellar generation ship where minds are stored and or transferred between bodies. Dorothy investigates murder and minds being erased. From John Van Stry, we have Sometimes in the Fall, out from Baen in paperback and ebook. This is an SF novel. Engineer Dave frees himself of Earth and focuses on his family's space cargo company. Tensions are rising on Earth, and Dave finds himself pulled into war. For more in-depth coverage of what's going on, come on over to locusmag.com and we'll tell you everything we know. Next up, horror, we have 3 titles. From Stephen Graham Jones, we have The Buffalo Hunter Hunter, out from Saga Press in hardcover, paperback, ebook, and audiobook. This is a historical vampire horror novel. In a wall, the 1912 diary of a Montana priest is discovered, with transcribed interviews in which a Blackfeet vampire describes his life and revenge. From Casey Jones, we have White Line Fever, out from Nightfire in paperback, ebook, and audiobook. This is a supernatural road trip horror novel. Livia and her friends are on a weekend getaway on a stretch of road known as the Devil's Driveway. It's only 15 miles long, but there's horror at every turn. From Erica T. Worth, we have The Haunting of Room 904, out from Flatiron in hardcover, ebook, and audiobook. This is a horror novel. Olivia's sister was able to commune with the dead. When she dies, the ability passes on to Olivia, and she's an investigator. She looks into deaths in a hotel where girls show up dead in the same room over and over again. Next up, fantasy, we have 8 new titles. From Julia R. Kelly, we have The Fisherman's Gift, out from Simon & Schuster in hardcover, ebook, and audiobook. This is a historical novel with hints of the supernatural. In a remote Scottish fishing village, a boy washes up ashore and looks uncannily like the son of a local woman who was lost at sea years before. From Kellen McDaniel, we have Till Death, out from MTB Books in hardcover, ebook, and audiobook. This is a gay vampire romance novel. An eternally adolescent vampire and a human high school student get involved and confront bigotry in town. This is a pen name for K.M. Sparza. From Stuart Nadler, we have Rooms for Vanishing, out from Dutton in hardcover, ebook, and audiobook. This is a historical multiverse novel about the Altermans, a Jewish family from Vienna. In separate futures and across decades, each of the Altermans thinks they're the last survivor of the family. From Ben Okri, we have Madame Sosostris and the Festival for the Brokenhearted, out from Other Press in hardcover and ebook. This is a novel with fantasy and magical realist elements inspired by Shakespeare's A Midsummer Night's Dream. Two couples in present-day France organize a fete for people who have been hurt by past love. In planned attendance is Madame Sosostris, a mythical figure whose powerful abilities have been known to change lives. From Natasha Pulley, we have The Hymn to Dionysus, out from Bloomsbury, USA in hardcover and ebook. This is a queer fantasy novel reimagining the Greek myths of Dionysus. A warrior searching for a missing prince encounters the witch Dionysus, in whose presence riots and unrest follow. From Emily Yu Xuan Chin, we have Ant Tigress, out from Daw in hardcover ebook and audiobook. This is a mythological fantasy novel with elements of Chinese and Shishika nation folklore. Tam inherits an undead fox after her ant tigress is found murdered, and navigates adventure and romance. From Harry Turtledove, we have Twice as Dead, out from Kasich in hardcover ebook and audiobook. This is a fantasy detective novel about PI Jack Mitchell in a post-World War II Los Angeles. Jack is hired to figure out what happened to the brother of Dora, a vampire. He discovers a dangerous new drug in haunted Los Angeles. From Maitri Wijesekara, we have The Prince Without Sorrow, out from Harper Voyager US in hardcover, paperback, ebook, and audiobook. This is a fantasy novel, first in the Obsidian Throne trilogy. Prince Ashoka, whose father tried to wipe out all witches in the Empire, is sent to govern a tumultuous province where he encounters Shakti, a vengeful witch. Don't forget our bookshop.org link whenever it's time to buy your next book. Support your local bookstores and support us at Locus. We're a small, scrappy literary nonprofit. We're in it because we love books and we think these authors are a big deal, and every bit helps. That wraps up this week. Come visit us on the socials at Locus Mag or at Locus Magazine. We also have a Patreon. On locusmag.com, we have in-depth book reviews by our team of reviewers, author interviews, publishing news, and so much more. Tell us what books you're thinking about in the comments, or tell us a joke. We read our comments and we're always delighted to hear from you. Locus is a 501c3 nonprofit. We love and appreciate you for being here. Thanks for staying to the end. Please mention our channel to your favorite book nerd friend so we can expand the hive mind. We'll see you next week with more new books.